Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Screen Scene Guru coming at you with a full movie review and some Hollywood scoops. So let's get into this. Tonight's video is going to be on Sonic the Hedgehog from 2020. Really awesome film. I recently caught up watching it. I've also seen Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Really iconic film. Felt like it really made up for Sega and Sony teaming up. I believe it was Sony Studios. Let's see. Oh, Paramount actually. Paramount Studios. So going into this, I thought the movie was very good. Uh, James Marsden was a really cool cop, for this small town. The fact they went into the whole, oh, Sonic's coming to Earth with this first movie, I thought was kind of a risk, maybe. But I really did like the story for it, so very good there. The Sonic powers were really cool. The fact that they got Jim Carrey to be Eggman Robotnik was really cool as well. I really liked his robots that they showed off in the movie. And then, of course, it did end with a post-credit scene leading into the next film, Sonic 2. And, of course, there's a post-credit with Tails showing up. So very cool stuff there. This first film, PG-13, or PG, from 2020. It was about an hour and 39 minutes. So not too long. And yeah, it was pretty awesome. Let's go into real quick Sonic 2. So this was in 2022, so about 2 years later, we got Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So really awesome stuff there, guys. We got the introduction of Knuckles, played by Idris Elba. So really cool stuff there, adding talent. We also got to see Dr. Robotnik returned with a new partner, Knuckles, in search of the Emerald, the Chaos Emerald, which I thought was a really cool introduction from the games. I haven't played the games a whole lot. I had the Sega GameCube, I believe, the one that you hooked up to your TV. And I played a bit of Sonic 2, I believe, the second game, so I'm a bit more familiar with that one than any of the others. But yeah, really cool to see this. What was her name? I'll have to go through the cast real quick. Longclaw returned, which was like the parental figure to Sonic. You get to go into more lore with the Longclaw's people. You got to see the the owls were kind of the guardian protectors of the Chaos Emerald after the Echidnas were battling amongst each other to control them. They ended up like taking the Chaos Emerald to a dimension that nothing was happening, Earth, which I thought was kind of funny. So yeah, there is a Knuckles TV series on Paramount Plus. Haven't watched it yet. Haven't seen Sonic 3 yet, but based off of how these two were, I'm definitely gonna check out the third one. And can't wait for Sonic 4, of course. But very interesting. We got the, animal adventure film. So because they're hedgehogs. But yeah, very interesting stuff there. And like I said, Robotnik was really good in both these films. Hearing it's pretty good in 3 as well. I haven't checked it out yet, but going into some movie notes real quick. Let's see. Go into some more modern notes real quick, because there has been a lot of stuff going on. Take all these stuff out real quick. Okay. So there's some government whistleblowers coming forward. Recently we had Eric Davis on the American Alchemy podcast with Jesse Michaels, talking about psionic experiments. So really shocking stuff there. They've also talked about how a whole level of physics have been classified by the government and withheld from the public. So that's a big topic going on right now. Physics, as we know it, needs to be updated. Um, let's see. Just going on from there, we've got ODNI and the FBI is addressing the phenomenon, the UAP situation with Congress people in the House Oversight Committee. If you guys are aware, these are the people that do the U.S. hearings. We're supposed to be having a new hearing in November, so by the end of the year. But they have been addressing a lot more on Ross Coulhart's show on News Nation, if you guys were watching. Portals in the United States, multiple portals being confirmed. There is tech that could change our world that has yet to be released to the public. So into some entertainment news real quick. We did hear that they are apparently working on Monsters Incorporated 3, which I'm a big fan of that franchise. I love the first film. It was one of my favorites growing up. I didn't really care for Monsters University. I never really watched it. And then they did a Disney Plus series called Monsters at Work, which I also didn't catch. But I am interested in a Monsters Incorporated 3. What could they do with the story? I mean, it has been a long time. We got director Lee Isaac Chung leaves the Oceans prequel film. So we've been hearing a lot of news about this Oceans prequel. They've been trying to get off the ground for a while now. The last Oceans movie, I believe, was Oceans 8 with all the ladies. I did like that one. But very interesting that they want to do a prequel about George Clooney and his sister and their origins, so the parents of them, which is looking interesting because they've got Margot Robbie attached to the project and her studio producing company. So this might be a reason why we haven't heard a lot of the news. The company still needs to get everything in order before everything's locked down, signed. But as far as we know, the cast includes Margot Robbie. It was originally Ryan Gosling, but I guess he's dropped from the project, similar to the two directors they had. Now we've got Margot Robbie and Bradley Cooper, which is very interesting for, the parents of Clooney's character. And of course, his sister, who was played by, let's see real quick. Oceans. Let's just do 10 real quick. 10 was probably one of the best. Oceans. Okay. Let's see. Oceans 13. Let's go to that one real quick. Okay, Oceans 13, 2007. So this is a older franchise. Let's see who all's in this real quick. Trying to remember the lady role that they had in here. Come on, they seriously don't have her listed in the cast. IMDb? They suck. Hold on. Let me look this up real quick. Pain in the ass. Ocean's 11 came out in 2001, so before 2007. Let's see, Ocean's 11. Julia Roberts. Okay, so she plays Tess Ocean, and then George Clooney plays Danny Ocean. Well, the story's going to be about their parents. That took a long time. Incredibles 3 has been confirmed, guys. I didn't watch Incredibles 2, so I do need to catch up a bit. I did do the bonus features, if you guys are into the behind the scenes, the documentary of the other superheroes of the Incredibles. You can check out the bonus features on my TikTok. So big interesting news with Ben Affleck. He recently became a senior advisor to Netflix because they bought his AI producing company. So he is, in fact, on top of the world right now with his collaborations with Netflix. So very good stuff there. Chase Infinity, I do want to talk about real quick. She was in the first official trailer for The Testaments, which is the prequel to Handmaid's Tale, which looks very good on Hulu. It's going to be dropping on April 8th, so that's awesome. George Lucas was recently at the Saturn Awards, and he accepted an award for Dr. Donald A. Reed, a founder of a foundation. So that was really cool. We also got to see Harrison Ford give a speech, Mark Hamill, a couple of other iconic big-time actors were given their awards. Alan Richardson confirms Reacher Season 4 is going to be filmed and released at some point this year, 2026, if plans go as they are currently set. There could always be changes, of course. Donald Glover was recently in the news, cast as the voice of Yoshi for the new Super Mario Bros. Galaxy. Brand new trailer dropped for that too that looked very good. Scream 7 makes $1 billion. That's the highest grossing in the franchise, so very good for them. Christian Bell, we heard a week ago or 2 weeks back, she is going to be the voice of Amy Rose in Sonic 4. But we also heard a rumor a while back, a few months ago, that she was going to get paid $60 million to do her voice role in Frozen 3. She's now debunking those rumors of that her, Josh Gad, and other characters from the film are going to get paid outrageously high, absorbent amounts of money. Now she's coming forward and saying, nope, I'm getting modest paid. This isn't the story as read. Apparently she said there was a lot of misinformation because she said, of course, the voice roles for these characters, they are important, but they don't earn a lot of money. So she was saying, if they paid me $60 million to show up for one film, who are you going to pay everyone else? How are you going to pay everybody else? Then we've got, the really cool interview with Pescavito. He's covering a whole lot of stuff. If you guys haven't signed up to his YouTube channel yet, Cinquativo. Highly recommend. I check it out every day for daily updates. For instance, like the theory of relativity and general relativity has been debunked or sort of challenged by Eric Weinstein and other theoretical physicists. They're saying more needs to be done in the pursuit of understanding what all is happening. So that's very important. Rihanna was recently in the news because a crazed fan shot at her home when she was at home with her 3 children. So we're hoping for a quick recovery from Rihanna and her family after a crazed fan shot at their house. DTF St. Louis actually is hitting on Netflix right now and doing very well. So that's really cool. Jason Bateman and I believe it's also David Harbour and Cristani Milioti. She was also in trying to think of all the stuff she's been in. She was in Hawkeye, if you guys saw Hawkeye a few years back. She was also in the Scooby-Doo's, James Gunn's Scooby-Doo's. She played Velma. So that was really cool. She's going to be in the new Crystal Lake series pretty soon. So let's see. Let me just hook up the Hawkeye, because I think that was the last thing she was in. Hawkeye series. Okay, Linda Cardellini. Okay, that's her name. Linda Cardellini in this new HBO Max series. She looks smoking, so that's really cool. Spider-Man and Wolverine are supposed to have a team-up movie. This is supposedly due to the success of Deadpool Wolverine. Sony and Marvel are working collaboratively to hopefully do a buddy cop or a buddy team-up film very much like Deadpool Wolverine. We've seen these done in the comics multiple times. Solo arc characters that get a little bit of a cameo every once in a while, so that could be very fun, different, depending on which Spider-Man they use. I'm kind of hoping they're using Tobey Maguire as their Spider-Man with, of course, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. We did hear about War Machine dropped on Netflix. It's #1 on Netflix right now, so that's pretty good. They have greenlit a sequel, so we're going to be getting a War Machine 2 from Netflix. We're not exactly sure when it's going to be released because it needs to be shot still. But Sony Studios recently canceled Uncharted 2, accepting that the fans don't want to see any more of that story. It was a good try from their studio. Felt like if they had the script more locked down, maybe if they had a different set of cast, that film could have worked very well for them. But unfortunately, Sony has accepted that Uncharted is a dying franchise. At least the one they had on their hands. Hopefully they can revisit it in a few years, do it up with a better cast. I'm not exactly sure who you're going to get to be better than Tom Holland or Mark Wahlberg, but there's got to be those people out there. Going into some other news real quick, guys. We did hear that, let me pull this up real quick. Project Hail Mary is getting really good reviews. It's coming out just in a few days. In some cities it's already playing locally. The Bride is currently playing as well. It's also having a very hard time to make money due to the critic reviews of The Bride, fortunately. I haven't seen it yet, but I do want to watch it. I also want to check out that Epic, the Elvis Presley biopic. Let me go into weekly box office real quick. Box office numbers. Okay, Box Office Mojo. Let me blow my nose real quick because I am getting a bit of stuff caught up in there. Okay. All right. So we've got latest details or dailies. We've got Hoppers at #1. So that's pretty good for trying to think of Pixar, I believe. Yeah, Pixar Studios, which is owned by Disney. They're currently at let me see, $200 million. So pretty good for Hoppers. We got Scream 7. Like I said, it just cracked the $1 billion mark. The Bride is right behind Scream 7. The Bride, we've got $500,000, I guess, or $500 million. Then we've got The Goat, which is the animated film, which got just under $500 million. Wuthering Heights is number 6 with just under $300 million. And then let's go to more real quick. So right under Wuthering Heights, we got the epic Elvis Presley in concert. It's struggling to make $200 million. Then Crime 101, which I've seen, is close to cracking $200 million. I Can Only Imagine 2 is almost at 150. Send Help is already at 139, so 139 million. Demon Slayer, we've got 122. Avatar Fire and Ash got to make another $60 million. So that's really cool. Zootopia 2 made 50 million. Solo Mio made 49 million. Hamnet is still playing in some cities. I've also seen it out on physical media. It's at 39 million. Then we got Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. It's just at $16 million. I'm hearing good things about that one. One Battle After Another made another $15 million. Then we've got Stand Out, the Ben Kajar story, and Psycho Killer, which is at $851. So not too bad for that last one on the list. But that's Box Office Mojo, IMDb Pro. What do you guys think of all the news going on right now? Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm only at 86 subscribers, trying to make it up to 100 this year, 2026. So I would very much appreciate all the support you can hand over to the channel. Recommend it to your friends, family, everybody you know. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, at Screen Scene Guru. Till next time, have a good one. Bye-bye.